Howdy doody. Welcome back to the ranch. My name is Michael. Today, very exciting day. As I'm sure you could tell by the thumbnail, we're picking up a project truck. So this truck is something I've been looking for a long time. I don't know how long, but a long time. They're tough to come by, in decent shape and for a decent price. Hopefully I'm gonna lock this one down. We'll see here shortly. But unfortunately, I am fighting against the clock today. Daylight savings kicking in and all that jazz. It's tough to do anything before sundown. So I gotta head west. I got about a 2.5 hour drive out and then a 2.5 hour drive back. So surely it's gonna be dark by the time I get back. I'm hoping it's not too dark when I get there. I'd like to check it out a little bit, see what we got. I know she's a little bit rough around the edges, but I think we could make a good project out of her. We'll see how much I can see when we're there, but I will be sure to take you through all the details when we're back in the yard the next day. Also, weather today. It's gray and cold. Reminds me of the Peaky Blinders.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
Anyway, I'm gonna head west. You guys sit tight. I will see you soon. That's good, yeah.
Do you like YouTube videos or something?
I do, yeah.
Yep. This is my next project for the channel. So
Seriously?
yeah. Well, he said, "Do you mind if I set up a GoPro?" I was like, "I don't care."
Yeah. I just figured he was shooting the hillbilly pulling just because, you know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
There goes my winch.
Well, that's the way the popcorn pops. Back to the drawing board. Okay, see you again.
This is the hillbilly forklift is what it is. Give her.
Good.
All right, it is officially dark, but we are all chained down, ready to hit the road. Thanks to Brady and your dad for helping me out, but man, I gotta say, that was some real redneck stuff. But put a smile on my face. I haven't felt that feeling since I was probably in high school, so had a lot of fun doing it. But Yeah, enough yapping. Gotta be eastbound and down, so let's jam this thing on the interstate. Everyone, please welcome to the channel my 1966 International 1200A pick-em-up truck. This is cool. I'm excited about this one. She's got a little bit of sheet metal rust, but you'd be surprised to know structurally sound. I do want to throw a quick little shout out to Brady and your dad. Thank you for helping me load this thing up. She was a bear. Fought me every step of the way, fought us every step of the way. But we got her. It took a while, but we got her. The rear end is completely locked up, does not roll at all, and she let us know. Anyway, let's get a little look around here, see what we're working with. So as far as I know, it's a 1966. I haven't really looked up the VIN to verify quite yet, but I will do all that. I'll get more into that in the Will It Run video. But we're just going to take a little walk around here. To my knowledge, the history on this here vehicle is the guy before me purchased it from an estate. The tag on the back was last registered in 86, or it expired. These tags expired in 86. I'm gonna say that that's probably pretty accurate from what I'm looking at. This thing looks like it's just been parked for a long time. The interior is clean. All the foam's gone, but if you look at the actual leather, the only imperfection here is in the corner, and that looks to me like mouse shoes rather than like actual seat wear. Got little turds here to prove it. The back's nice and firm. This is all really solid. Just a cool rig. I mean, 1966. This is actual elephant husk, which is now illegal. That might be a lie. Big old steering wheel, super cool dash. I mean, this thing is straight out of 66. Bare bones. Pickup trucks back then were not luxury vehicles. Odometer reads 23,420. And let me tell you something. I'm looking at the pedals here, and unless the pads were replaced, which it really doesn't look like they were, like these look original, I think we might actually have a 26,000 mile truck. You look at the steering wheel, it doesn't look like it's all worn down. I mean, I think this is painted, and it all just really looks super clean. So judging from the seat, the pedals, the steering wheel, how the doors open and close, I truly think that this is a low mileage truck, which is super, super cool. So I'm looking at the little VIN tag here. I don't know anything about these trucks yet. I'll do my research. From what I'm looking at, I know the H in the VIN means it was built in Springfield, Ohio. Springfield, Ohio, pretty sure. So originally an Ohio truck, moved to Michigan. That's where I picked it up from. I know these trucks came in many different variations of 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders, and 8 cylinders. This particular pick 'em up came with an inline 6, which you guys know what they say about the inline 6. 6 inline, held together by balun twine. No. 6 in a row, ready to tow. That's what they say. And when you look at this thing, she's a beefy gal. Got our little lever down here. I don't know if we... Oh, there she goes. Little crusty. Don't want to bend those. Probably use some schmutz on those springs. Yeah, there she be. 6 in a row, ready to tow. Got the International Blue down there. I have the same thing on my DT466 sitting there. Looks like they had some new plug wires. Looks like a new distributor cap. That's nice. From what Brady, the previous owner, was telling me, they had it coughing on ether, and that's as far as they got. Supposedly the radiators in the back, most of the parts are still here. Look at how big that oil filter canister is. This thing is just, she beefy, real beefy. Supposedly they had it firing on ether, but that's as far as they got. They never really heard it run on its own. That's what I'm here to do. I'd like to get this thing running and driving, put this thing back on the road. That's my intent. And I think that this is a solid candidate to put it back on the road. One of these days, sure, I'd really like to do a will it run and drive home style video. But where I'm at right now, I just don't have the time to invest into a video like that. I'm hoping we can work towards that, obviously. But for now, trailering something like this home and working on it, getting it running and driving is what I'm trying to do. So let's jump over to the passenger side. Look at how these doors open and close. I mean, it's gotta be a low mileage vehicle. If that door was opening and closing for $126,000, I just don't think that the hinges would be that good. I mean, no play at all. Driver's side is the same. It's not just the passenger. So what do we got in here? I really haven't perused yet. Here's your old cap that they pulled off. Fuel bowl, old Holly carb. Should be pretty easy to work on. I think that's going to be first up. Registration, which I'm not going to show. Looks like they had the old look through the window and know where I live option, because these used to wrap around the steering wheel. This was your service envelope where you'd put your registration and last service that you did to the vehicle, and you'd wrap it around. You could see it here in the picture. See that? You'd clear view. You'd wrap it around your steering column. That way, everyone could just peer through your window and know where you live. Different times back then. Get up here in the glove box, see what we got. It works. Fuse block. I'm going to take a guess and say that nothing's in here, because there is no glove box. But that opens and closes real nice. Again, real clean interior. 3-speed on the floor, which is a pretty cool option. I've actually never owned a column shift truck. Bunch of garbage in the bed. That's to be expected. But what's not to be expected is the fact that I think under all this garbage, we have a solid bed floor. It really looks like it, but we're going to find out. Oh, here's my air cleaner. Yeah, that's all solid down there. So it really seems like we got a solid bed floor, which is surprising, judging by the state of the rest of the sheet metal. Bringing up the rear here, this is the worst of it. This bumper and rear quarter is pretty well rotted. I can't believe, because this is a stout bumper. with the rot that's going on, I can't believe that this thing held together while we were pushing on it, trying to get it on the trailer. But she held together, and when you look under here, I mean, she is just a beef cake. That is some heavy, heavy steel. The underside of this thing is really solid. You got some surface rust. Yeah, there's your bed floor. Look how great that is. Just surface rust. Anyway, that's that. I think that's the majority of what we're looking at, what we're working with. So the last thing I kind of brushed over and haven't really looked at, and this is my biggest gripe about this truck. These little eyebrows, I don't know what you'd call them. I call them eyebrows. They're the vented option. They are not there anymore. So I either need to find a matching color and replace the whole thing, or find a parts vehicle that I can hack that part off of and weld onto this, because I really like this goldish tan brown color. I think it looks really good. I'm definitely a fan of brown trucks, obviously. Anyway, that's the project truck. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what we should do with this thing. My initial thought is, one, got to get it rolling, because I got to get it off the trailer and into my driveway, and I'm not doing that without the rear end rolling. So that's going to be step number one. Two, definitely going to get it running. I'd love to put this thing back on the road, but the biggest question for me, once we get to that point, should I keep it? I think so, but I don't know for sure. I know these are worth a good amount of money, which, bless Brady's heart, he let it go for a real decent price. I've always been open about sharing dollar figures so people can keep an eye on the market. I picked this up for $1,200. Non-running, no title, which should be pretty relatively easy to get, and the rear end is locked solid. But it's a good candidate for restoration, and that's where the value is. After this thing's running and driving, it should be up there. I know it's a pretty rare truck, so really excited about this thing. I hope you guys are too. We got a lot in store with this, so stay tuned. A lot coming up. Next week, we get it running. With that, if you enjoyed the video, please do me a favor, subscribe, like the video, share it to all your friends and pallies, all that fun stuff. So with that, don't be afraid to grab that wrench and get after it. I will see you all on the next one.